Welcome back to this series that spends more time using energy gathering Valencia ingredients, and today is not going to be any different. Staying here in Valencia, I'm going to be gathering Star Anise to start making those Valencia meals to be used for guru cookboxes. So if you want to see how much can be made manually gathering Star Anise, get on those horses and let's head out to the Shai farmlands again to start gathering. I'm back here in the Shai farmlands again to start picking Star Anise from the trees here. As I plan to make as many guru cookboxes as I can with the Valencia meals, it will require a couple thousand Star Anise, which I have workers gathering the Star Anise. But if you don't have the nodes or the silver to buy some from the central market, even though they're cheap, coming out here is a nice way to gather Star Anise to cook and still get some good rare drops while doing so. But let's get geared and buffed up. Here is my gathering mastery. To capitalize on my time out here, I will make sure to get the weekly and daily gathering quest from Liana Valentine, and because the Terbian Beach event is going on, I went ahead and bought the Night Vendor's mutated fried pincers, which can increase my max weight by 200 and my gathering item drop rate by another 5%. I've also turned in the purple butterfly fish event item for a huge plus 10 life skill mastery, plus 30% life experience, plus 2 energy recovery, plus 200 max weight, and another plus 10 gathering item drop rate. The event can be found here if you haven't already checked it out, but with all that out of the way, let's start gathering and see how much I can gather out here today. Starting out, there aren't a lot of Star Anise trees here, so I will have to keep changing channels, and because of that, I doubt I'm gonna need my tent or even use my maids. Gathering these can get the fruits for alchemy, which helps if you're waiting for any pre-orders on the central market. Though the rare drops are what I really want, I'm hoping to find a couple buried seals to make a lot more on those rare drops. But with my mastery being below 2000, I doubt I'm gonna find any. Just in case, I did make sure to keep a couple keys on me. I know this is not going to make me millions on just the Star Anise alone, and this should not be used as the best leveling guide or how to make the most money. This is just to show you what it's like to gather Star Anise, and you should just enjoy the game at your own pace. And speaking of enjoying, be sure to smash that like button if you enjoy watching me torture myself gathering these things that you guys don't want to. It's greatly appreciated. Back to picking the Star Anise, I'm sure I won't have to use any of my energy potions with the lack of trees here to gather, but if I don't want to wait in between the channel change cooldowns, I'll probably gather Nutmeg here since I will need 18,000 Nutmeg for the Valencia meals I'm going to be making. I'll be saving all my black gem fragments so I can try to keep enhancing my gear, and maybe I can get lucky getting something to tech or even try. Comment down below if you try to enhance your gear or if you just buy it from the central market. I've made all my tools and clothes myself, but I've had to buy all of my accessories. It can get expensive, but making it is worth it. With an hour coming up and getting into the middle of my gathering session, here's what I was able to gather, but let's keep going and see if I can't get luckier or if I'll come back with less than what I came with. As I gather, I plan to save all my fairies' breath to use on an alt to boost their gathering experience so I don't have to waste the time manually leveling their gathering. This will come in handy with the need to have an alt set up to collect milk or just getting my pilgrim havens all leveled up to do more and get more drops. While I probably won't make as much money like with other life skilling activities, with enough rare drops and contribution items, I can get another tune set up without having to spend more silver. After spending 1.2 bill to cure a life skiller with full trilogia, I'd rather just build them again, especially sitting on hundreds of advice of elks. I know no one manually gathers Star Anise, and this right here is the reason. With the lower amount to gather and the ability for the workers to gather a couple thousand a week, it's pointless. This is why I haven't wasted my energy potions. For those who are curious on why I prefer to manually gather opposed to buying everything on the central market, here's a breakdown of my gathering buffs. Having on my turning gates, yawning hedgehog, my titles, and the purple butterfly fish buff increases my energy recovery to plus 6 every 3 minutes, which is great for slower gathering routes like this. I've burned less energy than I normally would. My gathering item drop rate is at plus 52%. This is thanks to my Yawning Hedgehog combination, Lore's Warm Milk, Khan's Heart, the Purple Butterfly Fish Buff, the event item Fried Mutated Pincers, and finally the event item Mystical Elixir of Labor. This will help trying to get those buried traces and other rare drops. With both my llama and my hedgie at tier 4 and tier 5, I have a plus 50% chance of getting double items, giving me a chance of getting way more items while gathering. Keep in mind, the event buff and items will only last while the event is active and cannot be saved, so if you're thinking about saving these for later, use them before they are removed after the event. For those who are watching this after the event, I'm so sorry, but don't worry, it should be back next year. So coming out here may be a waste of time normally, but with the increased rates, at least I can get a little bit back in return. I don't suggest coming out here though just to gather the Star Anise, just use your workers. Now with my meal coming to an end, here's what I was able to gather out here, and with that let's head to Altanova and see how much silver I can make. I'll be surprised if I make more than 200 mil. Now that I'm here in Altanova, it's time to start listing everything to show you how much I could make. Starting out with the lowest and the worst item on the list, the Star Anise, which only makes about 1.3 mil. The Nutmeg is worth about 11.7 mil low and 12.4 mil high. The fruits altogether made about a total of 33.2 mil. Selling the black gem fragments earns 33.2 mil. For the sharps and hards, I was able to get 11.2 mil on the hards and 27.6 mil for the sharps. After converting all my Caphras, I was able to make about 81 mil. I was able to gather 37 Fairy's Breath, which will be great for leveling my alts. Sadly, I didn't find any buried seals, but maybe next time I'll get luckier. In total, I was able to make about 211.9 mil, which isn't too bad, but for the time and energy used, not to mention the items consumed, I personally don't like manually gathering Star Anise. With the Star Anise not making anything on the central market, I hope this shows you what it's like to gather it for yourself when making those Valencia meals. If your gathering mastery is higher, getting those chests might make this worth it more than what it is, but I could be wrong considering most of the Valencia ingredients are such a pain to manually gather. With everyone telling me how meals can make me more silver, this has been a fun way to show you how much you can make while gathering the ingredients and show you how much can be made while doing it. I know I will have everyone in the comments telling me I should only be using the central market, but if you're new here, we don't touch that central market for ingredients, we do it by hand here. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you want to see other ways to make money in Black Desert Online, click this video here, and I will see you in the next episode of Life of a Shai, where I'll finally be making up those Valencia meals after this long of a wait.